It begins quietly. Not with a scream, not with thunder, not even with tears. It begins in the small heartbeat of a child who realizes too soon that love can vanish without warning. You are only 7, staring at the face of a parent who is present in body, but absent in soul. Perhaps it is anger. Perhaps it is addiction. Perhaps it is silence so heavy that it feels like snow falling inside your chest. And in that silence, something ancient awakens inside you. A thought far too big for a child to carry. If I do not hold everything together, no one will. That is the moment childhood ends. Not when you grow taller, not when you go to school, but when you begin to protect the very people who were meant to protect you. The world will call you mature. They will call you strong. But strength born out of survival is not a gift. It is a scar that keeps smiling. This is not just a story about pain. This is a story about the invisible grief of those who grew up too fast, and the long road home to the child they left behind. It begins quietly, as most tragedies do. There is no loud crash, no dramatic moment of realization, no single instant that marks the beginning of the end. It simply unfolds, softly, invisibly, in the everyday life of a small home where love has forgotten how to speak. You are 7 years old. The air smells like laundry soap and dust. The walls hold the weight of arguments that happened long ago but never truly ended. In the living room, a parent sits in silence. A silence that hums louder than any scream. Their eyes are open, but their spirit is somewhere far away, wandering in a fog of anger, exhaustion, or addiction. And in that heavy quiet, something begins to shift inside you. At first, you do not understand it. You only feel a strange pressure in your chest, the sense that something very important is falling apart, and no one else seems to notice. So you notice. You watch. You listen. You become small and careful. You begin to read faces the way others read books. You study every breath, every change in tone, every sigh. And somewhere deep in your young, unready mind, a single sentence takes root. If I do not hold everything together, no one will. That is the first disappearance. Not a physical one, but a psychological vanishing. The child who was supposed to laugh, to cry, to play, begins to fade. In their place stands someone smaller on the outside but older on the inside. A caretaker trapped in a child's body. You start smiling when things hurt. You say, "It is fine," when you are breaking. You become polite when you should be angry, calm when you should be crying. And slowly, you stop asking for help. You stop expecting softness. You stop believing that love can come without a price. The world looks at you and sees brilliance. They see a child who never causes trouble, who understands more than others, who stays composed even when things get hard. Teachers praise you. Relatives admire you. Strangers say, "You are so mature for your age." But no one ever asks, "What did you lose to become this way?" They do not see the invisible trade you made, the exchange of your innocence for survival. They do not know that behind your steady smile lives a constant state of alertness. Every sound, every movement, every flicker of emotion in others becomes a signal you must decode to stay safe. You are not living. You are monitoring life like a guard who can never rest. This is called hypervigilance, though you will not know that word for many years. It means your mind has decided that peace is dangerous, and danger is normal. It means that even when the house is quiet, your heart still beats like something terrible is about to happen. You do not play. You prepare. You do not relax. You scan. You do not dream. You plan how to survive tomorrow. And all the while, the adults around you continue to call you responsible. They celebrate your composure. They admire your independence. They never see that these are not strengths. They are symptoms. You have become the emotional thermostat of the household, adjusting yourself to keep everyone else comfortable. If a parent yells, you go silent. If they cry, you hold them. If they collapse, you carry them. You become the parent in the house that was supposed to protect you. Psychologists have a word for this: parentification. It means that a child has been forced to become the caretaker, the peacekeeper, the therapist, the protector. It is not just unhealthy, it rewires the very structure of the brain. Your nervous system learns to prioritize others' safety over your own. Your emotions become tools to maintain balance, not experiences to be felt. Love becomes something you earn through service. Safety becomes something you create through silence. And yet the world keeps applauding you. You are so kind. You are so understanding. You are so strong. But strength born out of fear is not real strength. It is endurance disguised as virtue. Deep inside, there is still a small voice. The true child, the one who once laughed freely. That voice whispers through the cracks of your composure. Why did no one protect me? Why am I the one fixing everything? Why do I have to be so strong? But you silence that voice. You push it deep down where no one can hear it. Because if you start listening, the truth will hurt too much. So you build walls around it, layer after layer. Perfection, productivity, politeness, people-pleasing. You call it personality. But it is really armor. Years pass. You grow taller, but not lighter. You learn how to comfort others, but forget how to comfort yourself. You can make anyone feel safe, except you. You succeed in school. You achieve. You impress. But when you are alone, peace feels wrong. Stillness feels suspicious. Silence feels dangerous. Because your nervous system, trained in chaos, does not know what calm means. The moment life is quiet, you start waiting for the next explosion. You walk on eggshells even when there are none. You live as if danger is always one step behind you. That is how the disappearing child grows up. Present everywhere, but seen nowhere. A model student, a perfect friend, a strong adult. And yet, deep inside, a small child is still trapped in a dark room, waiting for someone to finally open the door and say, "You do not have to hold everything anymore. You are safe now."